Good morning, everybody. Happy December 15th, payday. If you look at your emails, you got your December 15th paycheck. So good morning to that. And I got just keep getting little messages here from it. Welcome to our Zoom. I just, like I like to say and start with every call we do is just congratulations to each of you for making this a priority in your business and a priority in your life for your business. It's for your legacy, it's for your family, and by doing this, this book even explained in one chapter how it talked about having a group of people, mastermind group, helping one another, and that's exactly what we got going on here. So we'll immediately start with our book. I just highlighted stuff, so I'm gonna go through the first chapter, and I'm gonna go through my highlights, and then if anybody wants to add to what I say about chapter 4, we'll do that. And then Sharon, I know you're going to have to leave early, so I'll have you go first to share what you were about to share about that page 67. So let me go ahead and do this. So chapter 4, Images of the Mind, Blueprints of Life. It talks about imagination, and life is images of the mind expressed. Have many reasons to live and be wealthy. It's all taken care of for you. Just dream and visualize and then start doing something. And we have that source, we have the universe, we have it already lined up for us. So it's just about imagining your life. And, when they talk about, and probably encompass all 3 chapters, we think about writing our goals down, same with me too. And I write a few things down, but I don't have thousands of things written down. And I'm like, yeah, I need to start writing thousands of things down. Just the most minuscule things, I got to write thousands of things. And that was really cool because I didn't think about that. But that was chapter 4. Let me let Sharon share because I know she has to go soon. So Sharon, let me let you go ahead. Here, I gotcha. Go ahead.
Okay. So it's been really difficult for me since moving from California and coming out here to Virginia and trying to regroup, restart the whole thing. And so this book has been really beneficial. And what really hit home with me and touched me was on page 67. And that was where it says, change the cause, not the effect. Thought is cause. Physical reality is effect. Trying to change the effect directly is like banging your head against the wall. For example, if your sales has dropped, it may not be because your marketing is wrong. And I kept thinking that's what it was. It could be that you have a negative attitude to your business or an aspect of it. And my negative, I realized, was that I really didn't enjoy being here. I wanted to still be back in California. And I was telling Monique this the other day that I need to realize that is the past. I'm living in the now. And the now is I'm here in Virginia and I need to concentrate on that. And so by reading this, it just really hit home. And it was an eye-awakening that, yes, I really need to focus on now, the present, not what was, not what is, but what is here right now, and live it and enjoy it and feast on it.
Awesome. And it's funny because we just talked and then you said, I'm going to go read. And then that popped up. See?
Yep.
The universe is popping it into your head. Smack that. It went like that. It hit you on the head.
It is. Yeah, banging your side of the head. Exactly.
Yes. Thank you for that. Thanks for that share. Anybody else want to share something? We don't have to go chapter by chapter, but share whatever you'd like to share that you've gotten from the book or any of it. Everybody's thinking hard. Okay, I'll share my notes from chapter 5, my highlights from chapter 5. Thinking and speaking, the instructions of and for life. Because chapter 6 is definitely the chapter that I was like, yes, this is what I've been waiting for, this chapter. Okay, chapter 5, again, life is your mind expressed. Your dreams, your thoughts, your visions will build your world. I like this. This is just something I do believe in, and I think I've believed in more when I read the book for the first time. But whatever you put your attention to gets energy from you and grows. What you intend and give intention to begins to become. We become what we think about. We are the sum total of our thoughts. And, part of what they talk about how using the I am abundant, I am joy, I am this, not I want to be, or I will be, or it is I am. And I know we are we have negative self-talk with ourselves all the time. I know I do. And, I could do better at this, or I could be better at that. And that's just not, we can't live in that. And that, reading this really just, it solidifies that for me, where it's like, okay, I can't beat myself up about stuff that I didn't do. I need to just live in the now, and this is what I'm going to do, kind of thing. And so have intentions, but not preferences or addictions. I liked that. And then live happily in your present. I mean, those are some big takeaways for me. Watch your thoughts. I mean, watch more and more of them, conscious and deliberate. And this is the chapter that says a mastermind group is very powerful. It multiplies the power of each participant. And that's what we have. And I liked this too. What you resist persists. How many times do we resist something in our life and say, resist, and then the more we resist it, the more it happens, because what resists persists. And you get there in your mind first. And then I have a big one. Asking is not begging. How many of us don't like to ask, right? We don't like to ask. Well, there it is, because we think asking is begging. It's not begging. It's not begging. You can do anything if you believe, and it has been said that whatever you put your attention and intention to takes form. Quantum soup, attention, intention, and belief. Okay, and then I got to read this. This is a long one, because this really was a big thing for me. Pray ceaselessly. You have a desire. You will it to come into being, to manifest. You intend it wholeheartedly, clearly, in a focused way and with certainty. You pass this intent on to the source in whatever way you know how. Simple intention is enough, although meditation, stillness is more effective when you have the time. So you pass on your intent and you become detached from it. In other words, you watch it from behind the scenes without a desire that it should happen in any particular way or time or sequence. And because you know this works, because of your certainty and your consistency, your detachment and gratitude, your intention will take form in the most unexpected and miraculous way. That is prayer. Praying ceaselessly has to become a lifestyle. And it was just, I know as a kid when I would pray and I'd pray and I'd pray, I'm like, nobody's listening. It's not going to happen. I don't know why I'm praying. But that was just that you pray ceaselessly. You pray ceaselessly because it's going to happen. It's got to be heard. The source has to hear you. And I do like the way he says source, because there's a lot of people who believe in a lot of different things. And it's whatever your source, sorry, dog hair, whatever source is your source. So anybody else want to share? I know everybody has something to share now. Oh, Pat. Oh, Lori's going to go first. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I really took some time on these 3 chapters, and I looked at the back of the book, and it allowed me to create thoughts for each chapter, because this is my second read. But I want to echo something that Sharon said in terms of the mindset. One of the things that really resonated me on that was that I am not into I am, and I am is power. I am okay where I'm at. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Just like what you said, Sharon, and I think it was amazing that you had that epiphany like you did. But, it all starts with images of the mind. And this is my template. I'm building upon this template verbally. So I did a dream board this year with the template that says that I'm giving the life of Nerium or Neora. I have a drive and a passion to help others, and I will find the one. I will find the one, the love of my life. So that's my template. And then I verbally state that. A vision statement is extremely powerful. And I used to read it 3 times a day. I'm going to go back and read it 3 times a day for 2018 until it's over and create my 2019. But I think that listing 100 wishes for 30 years is so powerful. And I never thought about it, like Monique said earlier. And I have 1,000 wishes, and I just haven't written them down. I am not happy, Sharon, where I'm at in my job. I'm supposed to be in my job to make me better. And last night I felt a sense of negativity, and I shifted it in my head and said, you know what? I am going to do everything with gratitude. I am grateful that I have this obstacle. I have this challenge. I'm going to correct it. I'm not going to be negative like my coworkers. I'm going to be calm. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be glad that I make this money until I can transition away into something else. And, I got up in the middle of the night. I woke up this morning. I sent an email, and I felt better because it was something I needed to do. And there's many more notes that I have, but I just do want to say that all of those 7 steps they tell us to do, there's a lot of work to do in this book, but it's meant for us to do the work. And I challenge everybody, including myself, to take the time to write those 100 wishes in 30 years, to be able to look at what 5 years means from you today and what 10 years means for you today, and that all we have is now. And my sister corrected me the other day because I said something about, I was anticipating a negative experience, and she said, well, aren't you reading the book? And I said, yeah, I am. And if we can be accountable like that to everybody, we have freedom, and it's power.
But it took you a second to accept that, because when I said it to you live, you were like, what? And then now you're you're okay with it. So that's the good thing.
But I said, yeah, I did. Again, if we can pause, throw that damn ego out of the window for a minute, we're good.
Nice. Good job. Awesome, Sharon. Let's take a quick picture because I know Sharon's going to have to leave. She said 15, so it's almost 15. She's got to go do her stuff. Okay. Anybody want to get on the camera real quick? And then here we go. Here we go. We got everybody. Okay. Robin, Ivana, I know she's busy doing something. Okay. Salon, anybody? Okay. I want to take a picture on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait. There's Ivana. Okay. Got us. Okay. Anybody else want to share? Bye, Sharon. I know you got to go. Anybody else want to share? Oh, wait. I saw lots of hands. Kathy and Pat. Okay. Kathy, go ahead, and then Pat. Got you, Kathy.
Oh, okay. Hi. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I just wanted to.
Oh, by the way, welcome to our first Zoom, Kathy. Sorry, welcome to our first Zoom. Yeah, this is your first one.
Thank you.
Get on last week.
Yes, I'm so glad to be part of this group. I needed a connection with people, so this is awesome. Thank you for inviting me, Monique. I'm in Arizona, so I got on at 8 o'clock this morning, thinking it was 9. We're an hour ahead. One thing, it was like, I read this part, it's on page 85. It says, you are a soul with a body, not a body with a soul. And it was like, okay, that hit me as like, I guess my subconscious is what's going to make me, because I guess the way they related it is your subconscious is your heart. So it's like, I realized that I need to start listening to my subconscious more than the thoughts that I'm thinking, which, like Lorraine, you said, you think negative thoughts. My husband tells me all the time, stop thinking so negative. But I know I've got to learn to listen to the subconscious part of me, the part that's the positive part. And so that's kind of what I wanted to share. That's what hit me the most, this read. And I don't know, this book has just been amazing and an eye-opener for me, because I never realized how, and this is my first read, so I'm going to read it again, but I never realized how much what our company is telling us and has been telling us all these years is in this book. And it's everything that I needed to start from the beginning, but now this really hit home with me. So I've got to read it again. And then one thing that I had a vision, because I'm up here in Arizona, there's no internet. And so I've been all these years in my mind thinking, really need to get internet up there. I need to really get internet up there. And so one of my dreams came true. We got internet this weekend. So it was like amazing for us, for me, because it was like I visualized that and I realized, hey, this stuff really works, because I kept visualizing up here. I'm going to get it one day. I know I have to. And it happened this weekend because I needed it. But anyway, that's just silliness right there. But I just love this book, and I'm going to read it again, because there's just so much in there that I'm missing. You should see all my pages are highlighted and scribbled on. And so anyway, thanks for inviting me to the group.
You're welcome. Awesome. Thank you. It's so funny what you said, because I remember the first read in this book, because you just made me remember. So Jessica Haley read this book, and we were at a regional somewhere, and she had mentioned something about it, and she said, how many times do we go into an RRP and we're sitting there and we're like, oh my God, I hope they order. Oh my God, I hope they order. Oh my God, I hope they see something. Oh my God, I hope they da-da-da. We're always sitting there doing that. She said, don't do that anymore at your RRPs. She said, sit there and say, she's going to order the skincare set. She's going to order this. She's going to order that. We're going to get 4 customers. This is and do it. I literally did that at the very first party after that regional, after reading this book at Robin's party. And I remember it in her mom's living room. I was sitting there. There were a lot of people. There were a lot of guests. And I said, okay, and I was sitting there at the whole time. We have five guests. We're going to get 5 customers. She's going to get 3 or free. This is going to happen. This is going to happen. And this is how it's going to be. And no joke, the video ended. Every single person ordered like that, like that, like that. And I was like, it works. Like, it works. Like, it's true. And then I tried it the reverse. I went to the next party that week. I'm like, I hope they order. I hope they order. I hope they order. Nobody ordered. And so I was like, I can't do that anymore. I don't like that. There was only one person there. So I was like, that can't do that anymore. So it's that whole thing that we put out there. And that's exactly what you said, Kathy, is exactly what this book is telling us. So it's just crazy. Okay, Pat, your turn.
Okay, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Mine was right across from yours, and it was play ceaselessly as well. Have fun with life. Life is joy. The essence of life is joy. Where there is joy, creation is abundant. It is easier to create wealth where there is joy, and joy gives meaning to wealth. So we're not just seeking wealth for the sake of having money, and there's more wealth than money. Mm-hmm. And I really like that it's just living life to the fullest, having enjoyment in life. What's the point of gathering money if you don't have anything purposed to do with it, to use it for? So I've really been blessed and enjoying all of this. I had everything highlighted that you did, Monique, and then some other stuff back here too in the next chapter. But I am just so blessed by this. And the positive thinking is absolutely right on. I gave out some samples I haven't received yet, but I'm speaking, I am. And I'm just believing that is going to take place. I gave out like 5 samples last night. I went to the nail shop and just was sharing, not a lot, and just gave them the product and told them how to use it. Be sure to take their picture beforehand and all of that. And so since I know that I will see them because they work there, that I did not get their information. I didn't take that time because they were busy, but I will see them again. So I am expecting positive reaction. I'll let you know.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, Pat. And I saw your hand, Catherine, so I'll get to you next. I want to put something out here about this too. The unfortunate part is that we are all not necessarily surrounded by people who are going to be in that positive mindset with us, who are going to be in that positive aspect with us, who are going to be that vision of happiness and hope. And we're going to not be with people like that. You can't let those people change what your mindset is, because that negative talk is going to overpower your subconscious talk, what you want to do. And sometimes we can't get rid of those people in our life. Sometimes you just walk away from those people in our life. And I saw a really good quote I have to talk about. But sometimes you can't do anything about them. They're just there, and you can't do anything about them. But don't let them change what you're learning and what the version that you're becoming of yourself. You've got to figure out a way, because we're all around it. I mean, my sister and I have my mother that does it to us all the time. Like, my mother will ask why are you so positive? Why you got happy signs everywhere? Right? Because that's who I am. But just, you have to tune them out, like listen, but tune them out, and then move on from it. I mean, and it's tough sometimes. I mean, and I'm sharing my personal experience. My mom came, I wanted to make it a lovely evening and hang out and do Christmas stuff. And this is the only day she could do that I could do it. And she wanted to watch TV. She was watching TV. And I went up to her and I said, you can watch TV. And I'm going to tell you right now, I tried to plan this to make it a really good event, but I'm not going to let you squanch it. I'm going to take Jess and we're going to go look at the lights, and then I'll come back. And then you don't ever have to come back to do any of these things with me again. That's okay. I don't want it to be such a burden for you. If it's a burden to you, it's okay. I'd rather be here watching the TV and watching my tree by myself. And I walked away. I came back. TV was off. She's sitting there. She's like, okay, what are we going to do? Okay, I'm ready. What's happening? Okay. So I could have been mad at her. I could have been rah, like I wanted to be, but I didn't. I just walked away. And she goes, what'd you guys go do? Did you go see lights? Yes. Did I miss them? Yes. So like I had to turn it around. So I just wanted to share that we're going to have that too, that negative, and we have to really have our power, our positivity power helmet on. Okay. Catherine. Hold on. Catherine had her hand raised. I unmuted you, Catherine.
Okay. So Monique, that was brilliant because, you're right. We do face that all the time. And like, I get accused of being happy all the time. And, I love it because, I'd rather be happy than grumpy. And I didn't raise my hand to say that. I just was piggybacking on what you just said. But also, I'm catching up in the book because I just got my book. And I had seen, and I just wanted to share this a little tidbit with you because I had seen the book available audio wise. And I thought, well, it can't be the same book, but I'm pretty sure it is. I ordered it through Amazon Music, and I'm going to listen to it. I have a long drive ahead of me after this down south. So I'm going to listen to it, but I was comparing bits and pieces of it as far as the different chapters. And they seem to be the same in the audio versus the actual book. So I will confirm that for you guys and post it on our group page. And just so it gives you another option if you want to also listen to it while you're if you can't sit down and read it. So
Yeah, that's good. Thank you.
You're welcome. And I'll post the picture too.
Okay, perfect. That's like what's the book? There's another book. I could not read the book. Napoleon Hill's The Devil. I could not read that book for the life of me. I can't remember the book. Yeah, Outwitting the Devil. I could not read that book, but I could listen to it for days. Listening to it, it made sense. There were 4 different voices. I was like, okay, I can do this, but I could not read that book. So thanks, Catherine. I think Robin wanted to go. Go ahead, Robin.
I was going to say, so going with the thinking of things, and when you start to get negative, well, when your negative self-talk starts happening, what I normally do is in my brain, I yell stop as loud as I can. And if I'm alone, I'll just do it in the car and just yell stop. And it really does like cut that connection of the negativity. Also, when you're with people who are negative, you have to become a duck. Because you know how ducks, their water never sticks to them, it just rolls off them. You become a duck. So it just rolls off you like water off a duck's back. That's all I got.
Oh, that's funny. Become a duck. That's the thing. I found what I saw on Facebook the other day. It says, they didn't leave you. I moved them out of your way. The universe. So those negative people, I moved them out of the way. Anyways, I saw that. I was like, oh, that's good. Okay, anybody else want to share?
I wanted to, hey, by the way, Robin, my mom used to tell us all the time, be a mallard duck, let it roll off your back. So just thought I'd share that.
Oh, we got to remind her about that. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, we got a reminder of that. But what I found to be very powerful when we were talking about negativity and we allow circumstance to maybe shift our mindset a bit, and how Monique used that example of our mom and how she just, Monique has a good way of having a tough love approach with our mom, and maybe just because of her babysitting experience, and being able to create those boundaries is important. But the thing about listing your obstacles, because I know what my 4 obstacles are, and I'll be very transparent with all of you, even though you may already know them by knowing me. But by listing your obstacles in words and then meditating on those words, that you don't want them in your way, because those are what gets in your way to become that better version of yourself. And so, critical, being judgmental, being impatient, and being anxious, a lot of those 4 traits come up at work, because I work in a bureaucratic environment and I don't always remember the processes. And I have a much more of a, I guess, entrepreneurial approach to things. And I have to step back and take a breather. And, when I'm reminded of processes, it can be irritating because I don't want to be there anymore, but I'm grateful I have a job. And that also translates in my life, in managing multiple responsibilities. And, sometimes dealing with my younger sister isn't easy. And I mean, I'm going to be transparent, and I'm sure she feels the same way about me, but we love each other and we're doing this together. But maybe think about listing your obstacles. I'm going to start doing that because I meditate already. I don't want them to be in my way. I just want them to make me the better version of myself and have that awareness. So I found that to be powerful in chapter 5.
Thank you. Thank you. Roberta, I saw you raise your hand. There you go.
Okay, thanks. The thing that I've chosen this year is joy. I always pick a word. And it has totally changed my year. And so in chapter 5, it says, always be calm. And when I face certain things that I don't particularly care for, like Fox News 24/7, or some of the, things of my environment that are there, I just have to say, I choose joy. And at the top of page 64, it said, always be calm. And when you say, I choose joy, it stops that negative thought. It just blocks it. And, you might have to walk away from it, just walk away, and I choose joy. But it's such a better reaction. And I am so mad that this is here and that I have to listen to this or that I have to do this. I just say, I choose joy. And I don't let it get under my skin. I've done this now for a year. It was what I chose in January. It has totally changed my attitude, my demeanor, and who I am. It's been an amazing sentence for me to say. And it's been a great year in relationships and my business and with family. It's just been phenomenal. So I just underlined it and that whole page, because it is a choice.
Awesome. That's awesome. Thank you, Roberta. And yes, along the lines with Roberta, what she said about choosing a word, my word for this year was purpose. And I really do feel like I've been doing everything in purpose, no matter my business, my family, my whatever was purpose. And I do encourage everybody to read. You can listen to and read, and it's a very short read and it's a very short listen. It's called Start With Your Why. It's a word. What's it called? The one word. Sorry, not Start With Your Why. One word. And I have it on Audible, so let me make sure that's what it's called. Listen to this before the end of the year so that you can have a few days before the year comes that your word comes to you. Because like what she's talking about with your word will come to you. I have it in my library because I will have to do it again because I do it every year. I've done it for the past 4 years. It's called One Word. It's called One Word That'll Change Your Life. Hold on. Stop that. It's this one. One Word That'll Change Your Life. It's a very short listen. It's a very short, you have to be quiet. You got to be somewhere where nobody bothers you. It literally is let's see how long it is. I think it's a 30-minute book. And you read it, and it tells you what to do. It tells you what to think about. And once you sit down, within a few days, and this is no joke, it's crazy, the word comes to you. It's the craziest thing. And I've had these, and you just know what your word is. It's very crazy. So if you haven't done that, do that before the first of the year so that you have a word for the year, and then you write it up, and you, just like Roberta said, everything she did was joy. I'm joy. And it just changes everything. So thank you for sharing that, Roberta. Anybody else? Michelle, go ahead. I got you.
Just quickly, the book, it's like makes me focusing. Like I don't focus on my successes. I never do. I just sort of, the money comes, I just put it in the bank in my husband's and my joint account. And I thought that's just stupid. I'm running a business here and it takes some work. So I went to the bank, I opened my own account for the business and I'm putting money in it. Now, the young girl that was opening my account wanted to know more about the business, of course. She's originally from Sudan, but her husband is arriving shortly and they want to look at the whole business themselves. I'm going, no, we're supposed to be opening my account here. But anyway, so it's been a busy week. People that I don't expect to be interested in the business are interested, so it's all good. So we'll see where we end up. But I'm going to start paying more attention to rewarding myself, because I never do. So that's it.
That's
So the
great.
book's yeah.
That's
And
great.
rewarding other, tithing, etc. But I just don't.
Nice. No, I understand. Well, and that's what we're going to get out of the book. Everybody's going to get something different. Everybody's going to apply it different to whatever our life is that we need. I do want to share some of my highlights from chapter 6, because this was one of my favorite chapters. And the chapter was the goals, the roadmap to and in wealth. And growing up, and you think about wealth, and you think of wealthy people, all you think of is money. And I like how wealth is not just money. Wealth is wealth. And this whole chapter talking about wealth gives me a different aspect on wealth. And I remember reading it before, and I changed that mindset. And there'll be all the changes we had in the business, whatever, the people leaving, whatever. And, my check would go down, and I'm like, oh, how am I going to do this? And I'm like, I can do this, and da-da-da. And stuff would just manifest. Stuff would just come, and I'd be okay. And stuff would just come, and I'd be okay. So, I just want to read a couple of my highlights. Simply have a vision, believe in that vision, and you will, without fail, realize it to the extent that you believe you will. Always set your goals higher than your present reality. There's always more than enough money to live the life I choose, to enjoy myself, and to invest. Plan and set goals and visualize them. And then it's the steps, and really, looking at those steps, looking at those 7 steps, writing those 7 steps and creating that vision statement with those 7 steps is going to be huge. And then not only that, but writing down your feelings as well, doing a journal. The best time, and then this was crazy, best time to get inspiration is in a waking state. So wake up and sit there every morning, and it'll come to you. Your dreams, your goals, the things will come to you. And then I also have that you are a soul with a body, not a body with a soul. That was a big deal. Only time that exists in the universe, only time that exists in the universe scientifically and spiritually is now. Hence the I am. And then the last part, I even put a star. Wealth is abundance expressed. When you think of wealth, do not think of money and only money and business. Think of everything that you wish to have, to do, to be, or see in your life and the lives of other beings. All life is wealth. It's because you desire that a thing is created. Without your desire, nothing is created, and all you desire is created. And then I posted on Facebook, lack of lifestyle visualization is why many people fail to achieve their financial goals. Intend it. And it's true. I mean, we have to think of everything. We have to think of just the encompass wealth of everything. And I can tell you right now, one of the biggest things for me with wealth, it's never money. Just like Michelle doesn't think of money, but yeah, we all need money to survive, just like we need oxygen to survive. But wealth to me is this. Wealth to me is having you guys in my life. Wealth to me is having people around. Wealth to me is having my family. Wealth to me is changing lives. And how amazing is it that we, like Pat said, we are part of a company that this is what we believe. This is who we are as people, as a culture. And it is about that. It is about changing lives, and it's about making a difference. And, Lori going to her corporate job every day, she sees the opposite aspect of who Nerium is. And that's not so great. And there's so many people that have that. So all of these books make us a better version of ourselves, but always remember, apply this to your daily life when you go out and talk about Nerium, because people are looking for something like this. They may not know it. They may not know that they're looking for something like this. It took my sister to realize, it took her a year to realize that she was looking for something like this. She didn't know. So it's just incredible. I'll read, what did Lori say? For each goal, write the reasons. Reasons empower your goal and make it easier to imagine, visualize, and attain. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Anybody else? I think, Connie, you put your picture up. Did you want to say something?
You know what? So I'm a little bit behind because I started late. But okay, so I'm going to tell you this thing. It was early on in the first chapter that, to me, really got me. Gosh, this will make me cry. That it's possible that it's like, okay, I'm sorry, I'm like taking this out of context. But it's like that we limit ourselves, but it's like nothing is difficult for Source God. So why do we set a random date for accomplishment? and I like that. It's like that we are already that we want. And it's like, and the other thing is like that I really like was when it says, when people ask you when, you say soon. Jesus always said soon. And it's like, because we think, well, where is it? If it's, you know, if I'm a millionaire, where is it? And it's like, soon. You know, it's just that, you know, it's like we are already that. We, I don't know, it's like we get in our own way, really. And that's what I think. And the last thing was that wishing for faster results gets in the way of shorten. I'm taking this out, but if you wish for faster results, the right way to shorten time is to raise your certainty, raise the clarity of your imagination, be of one mind. Don't keep changing your mind. And anyway, I just thought that was just amazing. I was just like, wow, I love this book. I'm really enjoying it. So anyway, that was
Thank you. Yes, it's it's incredible because we, like I said, we all are going to get something out of it that tugs at our heart or tugs at what we need to hear through this book. And that's why I was like, this is the book we have to finish the year off with and start the year off with. I knew this was the book that was going to do that for us. And we all got through the first 3 chapters. So remember, if you ever recommend the book, tell everybody there is a disclaimer of the first 3 chapters are hard to get through. And then after that, it's easier. Anybody else want to share? Let's see. Have anybody else raise their hand? Anything else about the book? Okay, so we're going to read the next 3. So 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we can try to get through this book. So 7, 8, 9, and 10, the next 3. Okay, 7, 8, 9, 10, the next 3 chapters. And let's see. Okay, so in our businesses, today's the 15th. Everybody got paid. Hopefully everybody got paid. If you didn't get paid, write that down as a goal. I am going to get a check on the 15th in January. I am going to get a check on the 15th in February. I am going to get a check on the 15th of every single month in the 2019 year. So write that down as a goal today. I am going to get a check on the next 15th. Because trust me, that is the check that goes up and up and up and up. I can tell you, I remember one day I got Anna Camp always talks about all the work she did, and she got a check and it was $60. And the next month was $80, and it wasn't much. And then all of a sudden, I can guarantee her monthly check is in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. I can guarantee it. So just know that the 15th is that check that is that slight edge. That's the check that builds and builds and builds because it's what you do, but it's also what your team does. And I remember the one day that I went from senior director to executive director, and I had no idea what my check was going to do. And I remember the 15th, and I share this with you because I want you to know that what happens. I want you, because it's there for you, but you need to envision it. You need to know this is going to happen. I was a babysitter. I was living at home. I didn't know what I was going to do. And it was my senior director check changed to executive director within 2 months. And I was sitting with Jess. We were at Wahoo's Tacos. I can tell you exactly where we were sitting. We were having lunch. The check came through, and I almost fell off my chair because it was not $1 more. It was a lot more. And I almost fell off my chair going, oh, my God, this business works. Like, what just happened? And I took him out for whiskey, and we didn't come home for 2 hours. My mom didn't know what happened to us, but I was celebrating because I couldn't believe it. So I want you to know that. And then every rank advance after that, it's been the same thing. But you won't know until you get there. And I didn't know. And if I would have quit, I wouldn't have known. And so just know that you just keep building. And, Roberta, I appreciate, you being on the GSR call and sharing what you've been doing and sharing all that. And, it's very insightful for all of us. And that's the other thing is lean on each other. We're all in this together. Lean on each other now until Neora launches, and really do as much as you can right now, really sharing with as much as people as you can. Even if it means you're working all day long and you have 15 minutes, make that 15 minutes count for you. Don't deviate from that 15 minutes. Say, okay, I have 15 minutes, and then you know what? Put your phone down and do 15 minutes of your business, and don't do anything else for that 15. That'll make all the difference in the world if you can just focus 15 minutes a day. Because I'm telling you, I can't answer that. I'm telling you what's the wave that's going to come is going to be huge for us. The trademark of Neora name, the opening, the expansion in all these other countries that's happening, the new products that are coming, the new compensation plan. I've gotten a couple insights to the new compensation plan. If you thought it was hard to get the car, it's not going to be that hard to get the car. It's not going to be that hard to get the bonus. There's going to be other levels. There's going to be other things. They're putting more money into us. We are going to be able to get more money. Hence the 9 PCs at $100. Hence the this and more money. We're going to get more for new brand partners. We're going to get more for new, I mean, it's just going to be more. So why not have people get in the business so that they can be a part of that before? And I can tell you right now, I know it's not easy sometimes. It's not easy, and we just have to keep talking. I just keep planting seeds. I'm gonna tell you right now, once all those seeds they bloom, I'm gonna have a whole new 100-person team, and they're all gonna come at one time, and I'm gonna have this big team, and then I'm gonna just love on them, because I can tell you right now, my seeds that I'm planting, I know the outcomes aren't coming yet, and that's okay. I am just going, I'm going, because I used to always say, oh, it's not happening. Oh, it's not happening. Well, what's the point? Well, and I did, honestly, I'm gonna tell you, I did it when I was by myself. Oh, it's not, well, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Until I had to have that mind shift change with all these books I've written, all these things I hear all the time, and knowing that in my 6 years of business, people who I talked to 6 years ago are calling me and ordering. People who talked to me that I talked to 6 years ago are now interested in what I'm doing. So it took time. If I would have quit, that wouldn't happen. So just know that you have to do that 2 a day. You have to keep sharing. You have to know and have that faith and that belief and that desire, and do what you can do for yourself every single day to make you, sorry, my dog is trying to get out of the covers. Do what you want to do, what you can do to be a better version of yourself, what you can do to improve your life and help others improve their life. And again, I always go on tangents. I don't know where it comes from. Like Vicki said, I just talk and then it just comes out. So anybody else have anything to share before we go?
I just have a quick holiday share. I wanted to throw this out to you all. I did it last night, just kind of came to me. Marrying the months together is critical about planting seeds, like Monique said. And as we plant the seeds, and Roberta knows this also, because I believe she was the one that said the 2 exposures consistently really make a difference, even if there's no movement. I'm going to be like a real estate agent today, and I'm going to drop off things at people's homes. Hi, I'm your neighbor Lorene, and I wanted to leave you a holiday treat. I'm writing a little hand note with my business card taped on the bottom. I made these little bags up. There's a holiday bag with the Youth Factor card with the Youth Factor taped, and the EHT information is on the back. And I say, be happy, happy holidays. And I'm going to write down the address, and maybe I'll mail them a Happy New Year's card next year, just to plant my seeds like a real estate agent does. They canvass neighborhoods all the time. So again, this was really easy. 11 of these will go out today. I'm just going to walk and drop them off. If they're outside, I'll talk to them and introduce myself. And I'm going to start with just a block over from where I live, so they're not going to even know who I am. And I'm just hoping to connect and engage. Again, these are just 11 seeds planted with 0 expectation, and then I'll water them down the road. But came up to me last night, just wanted to share that might invigorate those of you that maybe haven't had a lot of activity. Those are really easy, no calls, no nothing, just blind canvassing, and see what happens.
Awesome. Yes, thanks. And then, and along those lines, we have, we all have a lot of Nerium cards and Nerium magazines. And so I would say, do something like that, put stuff together, hand them out. Your post office, your mail lady or mailman, you leave something for them, wrap it in a bow and say, I have a gift for you. Just take a look at this. Keep those with you. I have them in my car. I have to wrap it. Oh, yes, Roberta, you have a question or you have something to add?
Oh, I just have something to add.
Yeah.
I bought some Norwex at a fair this year, and I got a thank you card from this lady, also with her information on it to order more, if I wanted to order more. So I went down and all of my customers that have been ordering throughout the year, I sent them a Christmas card, thanked them for their business, and I went and got a $5 Starbucks card for each of them. I sent out about 30, and the young lady asked me what I was doing. And so I told her that, I said, oh, this is for my business. I'm just sending out thank yous for the people that have shopped with you this year. And she says, well, what is it? She's a college student, and she was very interested in the product. So I have a sit down with her. But that thank you that I got from the lady, there was nothing, it was just a thank you. And her information to remind me that I could order more. I thought, how I was so touched by that somebody would do that, and I thought, why don't I did it the year before last, but I didn't do it last year, so I did it this year. And I was able to connect with some people that I hadn't connected because I called them and just made sure that I had the right information. And they I have some potential brand partners from that, so I just wanted to add that.
Thank you. Yes. I know my sister's really good about that too. She's always sent Starbucks gift cards and whatnot. And it makes a huge difference because you take the time to care, and then people recognize that, because we don't get that very much anymore anywhere we go. So yeah, that's great. That's awesome. Thank you. So yes, so think outside the box like that. Think outside the box for your business like that. Whatever you can do for any business that you're in, just think of what you can do to thank everybody for their business. And, hey, I just wanted to reach out and say thanks for your business in 2018. I appreciate you. I couldn't do this without you. So I appreciate what you could do. Here's my card if you want to pass it out to anybody, or here's my card if you want to order any of our new stuff. So, but okay, guys, thank you. I think that's it. Let me go ahead and unmute.